Joan Rivers, the legendary comedian known for her sharp wit and controversial humor, passed away 10 years ago, leaving behind a legacy filled with both admiration and scrutiny. But beyond her comedic genius, Joan was also infamous for her ever-evolving appearance, with numerous rumors swirling about her multiple plastic surgeries. Now, her daughter is shedding light on these long-held secrets, confirming some of the most whispered stories that Joan herself had kept private. In this video, we delve into the truth behind Joan Rivers' plastic surgery journey and reveal additional surprises about her personal life that were previously hidden. Joan Rivers was a true pioneer in the world of comedy, known for her no-filter attitude and fearless approach to humor. Her ability to make jokes about anything, including her personal life, made her stand out in the entertainment industry. She would often poke fun at herself and her family, drawing attention with her sharp wit and unrelenting honesty. Rivers' humor was bold, and she didn't hold back when it came to addressing topics like aging, relationships, or even her own failures. This made her both a beloved and controversial figure in the public eye. However, after her passing, her daughter, Melissa Rivers, shed light on some hidden aspects of Joan's life. In the book Joan Tales of Mirth, Mischief, and Manipulation, Melissa revealed more about the woman behind the comedy. While Joan had always been open about her private life on stage, there were aspects of her persona that even her closest family members were not fully aware of. Melissa shared stories of the complexity of their relationship, as well as Joan's struggles, and the lengths she would go to maintain control over her image and career. The book painted a picture of a woman who was fiercely independent, but also deeply vulnerable. Joan's public persona, built on humor and confidence, was carefully crafted to mask her insecurities. Melissa's revelations offered a more personal, nuanced view of the woman many knew as a comedy legend. Despite her tough exterior, Joan was shown to have a softer side, struggling with personal challenges that she kept hidden from the public. Through these revelations, it became clear that Joan Rivers' comedy was not just about making people laugh. It was also a form of defense, a way for her to shield herself from the world. The contrast between her public image and private life highlighted the complexity of her character and her dedication to entertaining, even when it meant concealing her true emotions. Joan Rivers, originally named Joan Malinsky, was born in Brooklyn in 1933. Raised in a middle-class Jewish family, she displayed a passion for comedy and performance from a young age. Her academic achievements were also notable, as she graduated with high honors from Barnard College, an all-women's Ivy League institution in New York City. After finishing her studies, Rivers ventured into the world of comedy in the 1960s, a time when women in the industry were still rare. She began performing in small comedy clubs in New York City, honing her sharp wit and distinctive voice. It wasn't long before she caught the attention of the television industry, making memorable appearances on popular shows of the era. Her big break came when she appeared on Candid Camera, a show that played pranks on unsuspecting people, showcasing her comedic timing and ability to improvise. However, it was her appearances on The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson that truly catapulted Rivers to fame. She quickly became a favorite guest on the show, known for her edgy humor and candid style. Rivers' connection with Carson helped open many doors for her in the entertainment industry, establishing her as one of the pioneering women in comedy during a time when the industry was dominated by men. In the 1970s, Joan Rivers launched her own television show, That Show with Joan Rivers, marking a significant milestone in her career. This was a period of growing recognition for Rivers as a comedian, and the show allowed her to showcase her unique style. Aside from her show, Rivers made notable guest appearances on several popular programs, such as The Carol Burnett Show and Hollywood Squares. Her comedic talents were well received across a variety of platforms, establishing her as a versatile performer in the entertainment industry. During this time, Rivers also ventured into writing and directing, displaying her broader creative abilities. Her first film project, Rabbit Test, was released in 1978. This film marked her directorial debut, further expanding her career beyond just stand-up comedy and television appearances. Her willingness to experiment with different roles and creative pursuits helped to solidify her status as one of the most influential figures in comedy and television. In the 1980s, Joan Rivers took a bold step by starting her own TV show on Fox. She was excited about the opportunity to have her own platform, but the show did not perform well, which led to its cancellation after just 1 year. This failure also had personal consequences for Rivers, as it marked the end of her close friendship with the legendary Johnny Carson. Carson, who had been a mentor to Rivers and a crucial part of her early career, was deeply hurt by her decision to leave The Tonight Show and take on the Fox venture. The fallout from this professional setback had a profound impact on Rivers' career, as she struggled to regain her footing in the industry. Along with the show's failure, Rivers faced even more devastating personal turmoil. In 1987, her husband, Edgar Rosenberg, took his own life, adding to her already heavy burden. His death was a turning point for Rivers, both personally and professionally. She was forced to cope with the grief and the added pressure of dealing with the aftermath of his suicide, all while trying to revive her career. This period of her life was marked by a series of challenges that tested her resilience. Despite these setbacks, Rivers' determination to continue her career never wavered, and she eventually rebuilt her presence in the entertainment industry. By 1989, Joan Rivers had successfully made a remarkable return to the spotlight with her new daytime talk show, The Joan Rivers Show. This marked a significant turning point in her career after a period of setbacks. The show was well received and ran for 5 successful years, with Joan's wit and bold personality shining through every episode. In 1990, her hard work and dedication to the craft were recognized when The Joan Rivers Show won a prestigious Daytime Emmy. This achievement not only marked a triumph in Joan's career, but also cemented her place as a respected figure in the entertainment industry. Even after the end of the show, Joan remained a constant presence in the world of entertainment. She continued to write, perform, and host various television programs, including the popular show Live from the Red Carpet. Her chemistry with her daughter Melissa, who often appeared alongside her, made the show even more appealing to audiences. Joan's ability to reinvent herself time and time again, even in the face of challenges, showcased her resilience and determination. She was a force to be reckoned with in the entertainment world, and her success continued for years to come. In her final years, Joan Rivers maintained a strong presence in the entertainment world, showcasing her signature sharp wit and humor. She appeared in several popular TV shows, including the hit series Louie, where she played herself in a memorable role, demonstrating her ability to connect with audiences of all ages. Rivers also made her mark in films, including a part in the blockbuster Iron Man 3, further proving that she could excel in both television and film, even in her later years. Despite her age, she kept pushing boundaries, constantly engaging with her fans, and remaining relevant in the ever-changing world of entertainment. Joan Rivers' energy and determination were unmatched as she kept performing and making people laugh up until her unexpected death. In 2014, she passed away following a routine throat procedure. Medical complications during the procedure led to her untimely demise, shocking both her family and fans worldwide. Her death marked the end of an era for comedy, leaving behind a legacy of bold humor and breaking barriers for women in stand-up comedy. After Joan Rivers' death, an investigation revealed significant medical errors during a routine procedure. The errors, which occurred while she was undergoing surgery on her vocal cords at a clinic in New York, played a critical role in her untimely passing. These findings led to a lawsuit filed by her daughter, Melissa Rivers, against the clinic and the medical professionals involved in the procedure. The lawsuit centered around accusations of medical malpractice, with Melissa Rivers seeking justice for the mistreatment her mother received. Melissa made it clear that her primary goal was not only to hold those responsible accountable, but also to raise awareness about patient safety and improve healthcare practices. She expressed a strong desire to ensure that other families would not have to endure a similar tragedy. In 2016, the lawsuit was settled, though specific details regarding the settlement remain confidential. Through her actions, Melissa hoped to spark meaningful changes in the medical field, focusing on preventing future incidents and promoting better standards for patient care. The tragic event became a turning point for medical malpractice awareness, especially in the context of high-profile patients, highlighting the importance of accountability in the healthcare system. Joan Rivers was a figure whose life was a mix of comedy, vulnerability, and resilience. Her daughter, Melissa Rivers, wrote a memoir that took a deep dive into the complex relationship they shared, painting a picture of Joan as both a loving mother and a woman who struggled with her own insecurities. The memoir was a reflection of Melissa's experiences, offering a blend of pain, anger, and humor as she reflected on her mother's life and career. It also uncovered some of the more intimate aspects of Joan's life, including her numerous plastic surgeries. Joan's journey was not just one of success, but also one marked by her constant search for self-acceptance. In the book, Melissa opened up about how Joan used humor to shield herself from the world. Yet behind her quick wit, there was a woman who battled her own doubts and fears. The story captured Joan's vulnerability in a way many hadn't seen before. This memoir wasn't just about Joan's legacy in the entertainment world, but also a personal and emotional exploration of the pressures of living under the public eye, the sacrifices made for career success, and the impact it had on relationships. Joan's persona, often larger than life, was not just a performance but a reflection of her inner battles. In this deeply personal recollection, Melissa Rivers provided an insight into her mother's complex character, illustrating how humor and pain intertwined to shape Joan's journey toward understanding and accepting herself. Joan Rivers, founder. Joan Rivers, this is my Joan Rivers, Melissa Rivers faced a number of challenges in her relationship with her mother, Joan Rivers. The strain between them grew particularly intense after the suicide of Joan's husband, Edgar Rosenberg. The loss was a traumatic event for both Joan and Melissa, and it took a toll on their connection. Joan, known for her sharp humor and unapologetic persona, was not one to shy away from the most painful moments of her life. However, the grief and complexity of her relationship with Edgar created a distance between her and Melissa for a time. Despite this difficult period, the mother-daughter duo eventually found their way back to each other. Their bond, though tested, proved resilient. They reconnected on a deeper level and began working together on various projects. This collaboration allowed them to not only strengthen their relationship, but also to create something meaningful together. Over time, their professional partnership helped to heal some of the emotional wounds that had previously strained their relationship. Joan and Melissa's relationship was unlike many others, marked by both personal struggles and professional triumphs. The unique connection they shared provided a foundation for mutual understanding, and despite the hardships, they continued to support and love each other throughout their careers. The evolution of their bond is a testament to the complexity and depth of the mother-daughter dynamic. Joan Rivers had a unique style of humor that often involved poking fun at her friends, a prime example being her friendship with actress Elizabeth Taylor. Melissa Rivers, Joan's daughter, shared that many of the jokes Joan made about her friends were not meant to be harmful or hurtful, but rather a blend of love and humor. Joan's approach to humor was often a mix of self-deprecation and playful teasing. She didn't hesitate to turn her sharp wit onto herself, showing that her humor was as much about laughing at herself as it was about laughing with others. The jokes Joan made were part of the way she showed affection and created bonds with those she cared about. Despite the sharpness of her jokes, they were always meant to bring laughter and never to wound. For Joan, humor was a way of connecting, not only with her audience but with the people she loved. Her jokes, although biting, were often softened by the warmth of her relationships. Humor, for Joan Rivers, was not just a tool for entertainment, but also a way to express deep affection and foster friendship. Joan Rivers was open about her extensive use of plastic surgery throughout her life. She became known for her candidness regarding her cosmetic procedures, which she often discussed in interviews and public appearances. Her daughter, Melissa Rivers, revealed in her memoir that Joan underwent an astonishing 365 surgeries. This number highlights Joan's obsession with altering her appearance over the years. The comedian's insecurity about her looks began early in her life and was a driving factor behind her decision to pursue surgery. Despite her successful career and public persona, she struggled with self-image issues that led her to repeatedly seek out cosmetic procedures. It was a way for Joan to cope with her feelings of inadequacy and to try to achieve a certain ideal of beauty. Over time, however, she did reach a point of self-acceptance, recognizing that her relentless pursuit of perfection was not the key to happiness. She acknowledged that her numerous surgeries were a reflection of her personal struggles, but also part of her journey toward learning to embrace herself. In the end, Joan's openness about her surgeries became part of her persona, and she used humor as a way to deal with her insecurities, turning them into a topic of public discussion and self-reflection. Joan Rivers was known for her larger-than-life personality and her love for the finer things in life. She had an appreciation for luxury that extended to her personal possessions. Her collection included high-end jewelry, unique and quirky items that reflected her bold sense of style. Rivers didn't believe in hoarding such treasures for later. Instead, she enjoyed surrounding herself with luxury and used these items to express her vibrant personality. After her passing, many of these items were auctioned off, further revealing her belief in embracing the good things life had to offer rather than keeping them hidden away. Her lavish lifestyle was a testament to her success, but also to her philosophy of enjoying life to the fullest, especially when it came to material possessions. Her love for opulence was not just about the wealth it represented, but about living with confidence, glamour, and an unapologetic sense of self. Joan Rivers, known for her sharp wit and bold personality, had a unique approach to motherhood that balanced both traditional and unconventional methods. Melissa Rivers, Joan's daughter, shared some quirky secrets that shed light on her mother's distinctive way of parenting. One of the most surprising details was Joan's habit of hiding cash in milk dud boxes, a quirky trick that reflected her sense of humor and practical side. Joan also had a collection of unusual items in her handbag, showing her tendency to prepare for any situation, no matter how strange or unexpected. Despite her unorthodox quirks, Joan took a traditional approach to certain aspects of parenting. She cared deeply for Melissa's well-being and wanted her to have a strong foundation. However, Joan's advice went beyond just the typical motherly guidance. She encouraged Melissa to take risks in her love life, to be daring and bold when it came to her relationships. Joan herself was not one to shy away from risks, a trait she passed on to her daughter. Even when Melissa was a baby, Joan would take risks, showing that her fearlessness was not just limited to her career, but extended into her personal life as well. Joan's unconventional parenting style was a reflection of her larger-than-life persona. She embraced a mix of traditional wisdom and unexpected advice, ensuring that Melissa grew up with a blend of stability and adventurous spirit. Joan's approach was a testament to her belief in living life fully, taking chances, and pushing boundaries in both her professional and personal life. Through her unique and sometimes surprising parenting, Joan Rivers left a lasting impression on Melissa, guiding her to embrace both caution and boldness. Joan Rivers often sought calm and quiet in ways that contrasted sharply with her energetic and outspoken public persona. She found deep relaxation in doing needlepoint, spending hours carefully stitching patterns that reflected both her patience and her eye for detail. While the world saw her as a sharp-tongued comedian unafraid to speak her mind, at home she enjoyed the soothing rhythm of crafting, a hobby that allowed her to slow down and reflect. In addition to needlepoint, she loved watching true crime shows, immersing herself in stories of mystery and investigation, which provided a different kind of engagement for her mind. Melissa, her daughter, shared that her mother especially enjoyed creating pillows with witty and sometimes poignant slogans, blending her humor with a personal, creative touch. These hobbies revealed a side of Joan Rivers that was tender, reflective, and deeply connected to small, everyday joys, showing that behind her bold performances lay a woman who cherished simple, meaningful pastimes. Her home life was a space where creativity and humor intertwined seamlessly, and even in her leisure, she maintained the sharp wit that defined her career while embracing the quiet satisfaction of crafting and observation, revealing a multidimensional personality that was as private as it was public. Joan Rivers had a unique and sometimes complicated relationship with people, often shaped by her sharp humor and no-nonsense attitude. While she was known for her wit and candidness, her personal relationships often carried an undercurrent of tension. Rivers kept a so-called fake death flight manifest, a list of individuals she reportedly disliked or had fallen out with, reflecting her sometimes contentious nature. This list, though it may have been partly exaggerated or meant in jest, showed how she was able to use humor as a shield in difficult interactions. Despite these complexities, Rivers also had a vast network of friends, spanning various countries and cultures. She valued these friendships deeply, and they were a source of strength for her throughout her life. Her relationships with close friends were warm and genuine, even though she often maintained a tough exterior. Following her death, her daughter Melissa honored these bonds in a unique way. She sent Joan's ashes to various places around the world, ensuring that her mother's spirit was symbolically present in many of the places that had been meaningful to her. These acts reflected the deep connections Joan had forged over her lifetime, mixing both the humor and tenderness that defined her character. Joan Rivers' legacy is often remembered as one that not only made people laugh, but also made them think. President Barack Obama summed it up well, recognizing her unique ability to entertain while sparking deeper reflection in the process. She was known for pushing boundaries, whether through her quick wit, fearless humor, or ability to tackle tough subjects. Her comedy was bold, unapologetic, and often challenged societal norms, something that made her both beloved and controversial. But more than just her humor, Joan's life served as a reminder that joy could be found in even the most difficult moments. She encouraged people to embrace their quirks and imperfections, showing that it's okay to be different, and that laughing at oneself is a path to self-acceptance. In a world often too serious, Joan Rivers proved that it was not only okay to laugh, but that doing so was essential to living